So what is aura awareness? I think that the best way to explain it is that you're aware of your vibration. You're aware of the energy that you are emitting and that you feel when you're just sitting, in a moment like now. You feel the energy, you feel the vibration, and sometimes when it gets to a certain level, you can see different lights. You can see sparks of light. That's what I see around people. People say to me, how do you see someone's vibration? How do you see someone's aura? Well, I'm sensing that aura. It's an intuitive thing. I sense their aura. But when we get deep into doing the aura painting, then I start to see sparks of light around that person, and then in those sparks of light, I can see different colours. And then sometimes I'll just see like a bright purple or a bright yellow, or if they're really vibrating high, then I'll start to see like that gold energy around them. But I think that the important thing is that I really want to stress now is that talking about the aura of a person as their colour is not the important thing. Colour of the aura is something which is there, and it's something that I pick up on when I'm doing the paintings and stuff. And that's really the paintings is to visualize the invisible, and so that you understand that although we can't see the auric field around us, it is there, it is real. And when I do the aura paintings onto people, then you actually start to feel your energy coming outside your body, and it is actually outside your body, but you're connecting it through your chakra system, and then you'll feel that energy like being connected to your aura, and it's really quite amazing. So that's why I do the aura paintings, so that you actually get to feel your own aura, and then you can start to believe in it more. And then the more belief that you have in it, then the more empowered you become, because it's not just something that you've heard people talking about. You've actually had an experience where you start to feel it and know that it's real. And when you have that knowing, then that's that greater level of awareness. So that's why I do the aura paintings, and we can do them onto canvas. But if you actually do it onto a t-shirt when you're wearing it, then you get far more of a spiritual connection. I think that's the best way to say, So, but the most important thing in all of this is to think of your aura in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And it's in the frequency part where you get to which has more focus, on the colour, because every frequency has a different colour, But that's only a very, very small part of understanding your aura. So I want you to start now thinking of your aura in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And then when we start thinking of it on that level, now we're expanding our consciousness. We're expanding our consciousness, and we're going to start looking at the aura and how it affects your everyday life. And this is really important because I don't know, when you're just talking about colours, then it can get a little bit like woo hoo, for people, and people can get lost in it. And when we talk about the aura and it affecting your everyday life, then it's a completely different situation. And then you start to realize that you have this electromagnetic field of energy around you, which when you learn how to use it properly, you can learn to have it heal your body, and you can also start to actually, you can use it to shift energy. This is what the masters in Asia, have learned, how to do, and how to. They've got so much energy in their auric field that you can actually, you actually see them like putting like a leaf, onto somebody, and there's a spark of light. That's how much power they hold within them. So with that energy, you can repel people, you can reject them, you can get them out of your life through just we don't have to use sparks of light and leaves and stuff, but through our emotions. Our emotions are very, very powerful, and through the energy of the emotion in the auric field, we can actually repel people out of our lives. And on the other hand, we can also attract people into our lives, or we can attract things and circumstances, So now I hope you're starting to get a better understanding that the auric field, which we all have, everyone has one around us, is an electromagnetic field of energy, and it's that magnetic emphasis. It's the emphasis on the magnetic. So with magnets we can attract and we can repel. So this is a key element that I just want you to think about now. So basically, the next thing that I want you to think about is the fact that we all have trauma. We all have, and this is what I call aura trauma. So we all have aura trauma, and it comes from the way our parents have treated us, and they might have treated us in a way that they didn't even know that they were doing something wrong, but it had, because parents of my generation weren't really taught how to be parents. These days parents have all sorts of courses and workshops and books and videos and you name it. There's like everything on how to be a parent, but in my generation I don't think our parents had a clue. They just copied from what their parents did, and did the best that they could, So there's trauma which is emotional trauma, and there's trauma that's physical trauma, and there's trauma that's mental trauma. So there's all these different types of trauma which get into your auric field, and so there's this energetic element to it that's going on, and most people deny it. Most people say, no, I don't have any problems, I don't have, and they just sort of bulldoze on through, in their life, and they, cause a whole load of issues in other people's lives, so that what was happened in previous lifetimes, with how mum and dad cope with it, and how granny and grandpa cope with it, just bulldoze through and don't worry about people's emotions, So, but now we're getting into a stage where people are waking up and they're going, oh, whoa, hang on a minute. I don't want to be treated like this anymore. I don't want you to talk to me like that. I'm not accepting that attitude from you, anymore. So now people are having to go internally and look inside and go, well, what's wrong? Why do I behave in this way? Why is it that when I get triggered, something comes up from the past, and then I react in this way? Then my behavior changes and I start to behave in this way. And these are the questions that you have to start asking, what was it that happened in my childhood, or what was it that happened in my teenage years that made me react to a situation in this way, you know? And you have to ask, so every time that someone triggers you and you react in a different way to how you normally are, you know, and if it's aggressive or it's anger, then you really need to, like, you know, go into this and start looking at it. You can't ignore it anymore. You know, people just don't accept it anymore. People are like, no, especially me. You know, if I have people around me who start, you know, changing their behaviour just because I said something, you know, it's their problem. It's something that they have to sort out. I've done my inner healing work. I know exactly who I am, and I know exactly how I react to different things. And if there's anything that comes up, then I go away and I sort it out, you know, because I'm a conscious, aware human being. You know, I'm working every day on my inner healing to know who I am and how I react. And, you know, because I want to bring into the world, you know, love and light and kindness and, you know, balance and peace and harmony. You know, these are all the things that I'm focused on bringing into the world through me, you know, through this vessel. So, you know, if other people can't do that, I don't tolerate it. And I will say, like, okay, it's something for you to sort out. And I will just go and leave and walk away, and once they've sorted it out, then they can come back and play. And that rhymed, isn't it? That's really funny, it rhymed. So so the thing is that you really have to sort out the aura trauma, because everybody's got it. And what's happened is that because no one has been taught about their auric field, then what happens is that all the negative energy can come into that field. And because the thing is, it's electromagnetic, it's an electromagnetic field that you have around you. So you're attracting in all the negative energy because you are negative energy, you know? And just using your mind to try and think positively isn't going to change anything, because your vibration, your natural sort of vibration that you've well, I mean, it's not natural, but it's the vibration that has been sort of pumped into you, you know, because you have had no protection from it. You don't know what it is, you don't know what's going on, you don't understand how your auric field works, you don't realise that you're a powerful magnetic force, and you're attracting in all this negative energy. So first of all, you've got to say, I'm aware now of what's going on. You're aware that you have this electromagnetic field of energy around you. You're aware that you have aura trauma, because it's just a matter of living on this planet and living your life. You will have aura trauma. So then the next thing is you've got to clean up your aura and clear out all the trauma, if I can say it. And that, as I say, that comes from acknowledging that you have it. And then, you know, there are so many different courses and workshops and teachers and, you know, videos and everything that you can go on to heal your trauma. So, you know, I would recommend that you do some research and you look around and you see what resonates with you. And then you go on one of these courses or you go on, you know, you find you know, a guide or someone that you can work with, you know, on a one-to-one basis, you know, and then you focus on healing your trauma, you know. And it can take quite a long time, you know. It's not something that you're going to do overnight. It's something that you be prepared at least 6 months. I would recommend 12 months of work, you know, on healing on doing your inner healing and clearing up the mess in your aura trauma. And then you will know how to recognize traumatic situations that you might get involved in. And then, because really it's going to be a constant thing, it's going to be like one of those things that you can easily have your guard down, and or you're just out with friends or something, and then suddenly you have a traumatic experience, emotional traumatic experience. As you work more and more on it, you'll get it less and less and less. But just be prepared that never think it's done, because when you think it's done, that's when it will come back and bite you. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, think of it as a continuous thing, and then you're always prepared. That's my philosophy on it. And then once you've cleaned up your aura, then the next thing is that now you want to fill your auric field with love, and this is what I call your aura love bubble. So it's this bubble around you, and you want to fill it with love, and that means you want to have around you people who are really encouraging for you. I mean, like I've been diagnosed with terminal cancer, and I stress the word diagnosed, so for me it's very much, I surround myself with people who have a very positive outlook on life. And sometimes when I might just be a little bit down, in the morning, I've had, I don't know, whatever, like this morning I woke up and my feet were all puffed out and swollen, and I was like, oh my God, what's this, and then and then I had people coming in, carers and stuff, who were like really making me laugh, and that's really good for me, and then later on, I spoke to some friends, and they were like, okay, you really need to like get your legs elevated so that the blood and everything runs down into your body, and making sure that you're drinking lots of water and all this sort of stuff, and blah blah blah. And then I spoke to the doctor, and the doctor literally said almost the same thing as my friends did. So so it's really important to have like a group of friends around you that are really encouraging, supportive, uplifting, all of this stuff. You can't have anyone around you who's in a negative vibration, so so that's important. And then being able to do work, and because I do my aura painting, and I do my aura awareness work, whether it's a webinar, whether it's a workshop, or like I'm writing my book about aura awareness, so that will eventually get published and reach more people. So I'm doing work that I love doing. I'm for me to be able to get out there and get more people aware that they have an aura, to know what an aura is, to know how it can empower them. That for me is really important, that I can help people, assist people to become aware of their aura, so that makes me happy, and that fills up my aura with more love, and happiness and joy. So it's really important that you're doing work that you love, that you've got people around you that love and support you, that you do meditations in the morning, eating healthy food, having a healthy diet and things like that. all these like little things, make up the big thing of filling up your aura, with love. And then of course the thing is, it's really important to remember that once you do get your aura filled up with love, or even halfway filled up with love, then the universe is going to come and test you. It's going to come and test, Richart. Sorry. Actually, it's both. It's Richard Fowler, who is Richart the Aura Expert. So the universe, once you're going down that path of like, okay, right now I'm going to fill up my aura, with love. The universe will come and test you, and it will come and say like, okay, Richard, are you really ready to be, an aura love bubble? Are you really ready for this part of your life? And then it will bring you situations and people which will, try to do things so that you are then put in a position where you say, do I really want to focus on filling up my aura love bubble, or do I just want to go back to causing chaos, causing problems for other people, causing, because when you're in that place of the of the aura trauma, you're also in a place of self-sabotaging, and there's lots of programs, lots of conditioning, in your mind, which will really try to cause problems, so when you get to that place of being full of love, then it's like, well, do you really want to be full of love? Do you really want to be living a peaceful life? And it's a funny thing to say, because it's like some people get bored of being peaceful. Some people get bored of being nice, being polite to each other, all of these things. Because being the rebel and everything else is a lot more fun, but the thing is that also actually you can have a lot of fun being the guy that brings a different type of experience, which is also loving, so for example, when you have your aura painted, it's really like you've got to step out of your box, you've got to step out of your comfort zone, and you've got to like allow me to paint your aura, onto your t-shirt, which for men can be like very, very confronting, having someone coming so close to you and then actually putting their hand onto you and touching you, literally, through your t-shirt, and talking into your ear. It's all very in your personal space. And then for a woman, it's even more so, so. But the thing is, at the end of the day, it's also playful, it's also fun. I'm touching in a very respectful way, and I'm touching it in a way that honours your body, and honours your soul, and honours your auric field. And when you're having the experience, at a certain point your mind just shuts out, and you go from your mind into your heart chakra, and then the shield comes back, and the soul goes into a place where it's like, I want to play, I want to have fun, I trust in this person and their energy, and it's good, so and then it's like, all the shields come down, we're in the heart chakra, the love is flowing, it's like, and then it's just like beautiful, like amazing things can happen, a really like sort of magical things can happen, you know. And then when you have that experience, then you realize that reality itself can be different, you know, because we are shifting from fear and doubt, you know, into this love and light and kindness and just beautiful, beautiful feelings and emotions, you know. And then we have the power to create and to co-create from this place, you know. And that's when you've, you know, reached a place of you know, generating your love bubble, and then from there you've passed your universal tests, and then from there you're going out into the world and you're shining your light, and you're creating every single day, and you're creating from a higher vibration, you know, a higher vibration that is not being experienced at the moment, or is being experienced by a very few amount of people, you know. And you know, the beautiful thing is that more and more people are going to start to experience this energy and to start trusting in it, and then start creating, you know, from that energy, you know, that is what is possible. So this is why I think that the aura is really important for people to learn about, because it really does empower you. You know, once you learn what it is and understand what it is, and then start to have these experiences, and then you start to learn how to be in this energy and how to create in this energy, you know, then the reality starts changing, you know, transforming. And also the auric field also has built into it a consciousness of integrity. I think that's the best way to describe it. Because when you start to do something wrong, or something that you just, I mean, you've had experiences where you feel like, oh, this is wrong, I shouldn't be doing this, you know. And it's not necessarily what your parents have said or what society has said to you. It's just an inner feeling that you know something isn't right. And in the same respect, when you do something that's right, then you're walking your talk, and you know, it's just a knowing, it's a powerful, powerful knowing within you that this is what you should be doing. And almost it's like, this is what you should be doing with your life, you know. And that's this law of integrity that is built into your auric field. So once you start to understand, you know, there's all these like different aspects of your aura. You know, there's the law of integrity, and then you know, there's also this empowerment that you get through it by being able to know how to use it properly, you know. I think this is why the aura has been like sort of pushed into the background, you know. And what I'm doing now is I'm bringing it right out into the foreground, you know. And I think that as we do this, and as more and more people become aware of the aura, I think then we're in a place where we will just naturally start co-creating a different reality. And I think it's coming in right at the last moment. And I think that as more and more people become aware of the fact that they have the power, that they hold the power within them, within us. We hold the power within us to transform our reality just by working on our aura and transforming it. I think we've got great things coming, great things, awesome things you know, going to be happening in the next 10, 20 years. And I'm going to be very much, you know, at the helm, supporting people, helping people, you know, assisting people with the transformation. And so, you know, I'm going to round it off now. If you've got any questions, you know, I'll have my email below. There's also going to be a free webinar that I'm going to be offering as well. So that's in the link below. So, and that will be a free webinar to my Aura Awareness online course. So that if you want to join, then we can then you can join, and I'll be sharing more information about this, so that then you can start to actually go home and work on it, you know, yourself. So wonderful being connecting with you as ever. Thank you. And I look forward to catching up with you further down the path. Keep on shining.